Beat, riding for Wally. Kill everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. BT, how they watch you bringing them BT, riding for Wally. Kill everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest.
What's going on, guys? I appreciate you joining me here on the Civility Mindset channel. Today, it's my first day back. It's been a little while. I haven't shot in probably like a week, 2 weeks. I was sick, super sick, and I could not shake it. So what I ended up doing was just took a little bit of time off, relaxed for a little bit. Tried not to talk as much as I would, but that was kind of hard to do in my line of work. You got to talk to all your customers. So I had to relax a little bit and do whatever I did not need to do, and kind of put those things to the side, like my the civility mindset thing. This isn't something that brings in money. This is just something I do for like-minded people such as myself. So I have had questions and people asking me where am I at and like what's going on, so that's nice. But those are the people who know me, local people and stuff like that. But for you guys who might be wondering what's going on, I didn't stop. I didn't. My last post didn't get me hurt or nothing. But yeah, I just needed a little break. As you can hear it in my voice, it's still not 100%, but 60-80% is better than nothing, right? So I'm on my way to the range right now. I'll be shooting pistol. I brought very limited ammo, almost nothing. So everything that I do today is going to be vital that I make sure that my shots count. I'll be doing a little bit of shooting my AR-15, my home defense one, because somebody wanted to hear how much noise mitigation my can actually does on a 7-inch rifle, which, to be honest with you, on camera you don't really fully hear. It doesn't justify the sound. So how it's best to describe it, it's like a loud smack, like one of those fake shows, those WWE whatever, those kind of things. It's like one of those. It's a smack. It really, you can hear it, but it's nowhere near the loud boom you would get from a 7-inch M4 or AR-15. That's a little bit excessive. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have ever shot a 7-inch or a 7.5 inch barrel on an AR-15, but I would smack the shit out of somebody if they shot that next to me. So that's not a gun that I would ever really take to a battlefield. That's a gun that I would simply use in close quarters or my home. Again, the reason why I did it was to mitigate the sound and get the ability to utilize a small weapon with a platform that is pretty brutal. You know what I mean? So if I take a round from a 5.56 or a 2.23 and I put it in a 7-inch pistol, is it going to be loud? Absolutely. Is it going to be effective? Absolutely, especially in my home. So what I did was I just applied the can to it, and that was my whole reason for even getting a suppressor. I knew it wouldn't suppress the weapon entirely, but the amount that it actually did, you'll be surprised. So again, it doesn't do it that much justice. You'll hear the difference between it canned and not canned, and it is very much the difference is very noticeable. But not as when you hear the can, it's arguably a lot louder than you think. Can I shoot it without ears? I have done it. But if I'm in my home, my kids will be, God willing, in a secured place, obviously, maybe like a room or something, because I highly doubt a burglar would come during the middle of the day. So at nighttime, God forbid a burglar came, my kids would be in their rooms, and that is going to dampen enough the noise that is going to come from the can. And the weapon itself, if I'm in my hallway or if I'm in my, wherever I am, it won't be enough to make my ears bleed, you know what I mean? So I chose the 7.5 for a reason. I could have gone 8, but it's the same. It's just literally the same thing. But I did just go to a gun show, and I bought an 8-inch barrel of 308. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna swap one of my other 7-inch rifles and keep that barrel for my current 7-inch right now. And then 7.5, but whatever. When that becomes something of a necessity, like I need to change the barrel after thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds have gone through it, I can do so. But for right now, that weapon hasn't seen more than 3,000 rounds at least. So I mean, I've got another 10 or 20,000 to go before I even think about switching my my barrel. Anyway, so that being said, I'm excited to throw that 308 on, but right now, the 5.56 it is, and this is what I use and mainly use. So I know 308 is pretty expensive. Not looking forward to the expense, but what I'll do is I'll zero that in. I'll purchase ammo after zeroing it in and just store it, stow it. Don't touch it, don't mess with it, make sure it's clean and good. Take it out but once a year to make sure that it works, and fire at least like 30 rounds through it quickly, and that's about it. I really won't use that platform much because I really do have a crap ton of 5.56 223s. I don't have any 308s but that one, so I'd like to preserve it. Anyway, enough shooting the shit with you guys. It's like 6 whole minutes just went by. I appreciate you guys sticking around and staying on the channel, and sorry about the wait, and I appreciate your patience. I love you guys. I'll see you soon out there and on the range. Again, I appreciate you joining me on the Civility Mindset channel, guys. I've switched a few parts to my rifle, as you can tell, made it a little bit more FDE for my liking. Switched the arrow precision onto this rifle, which has a couple different goodies on it. But essentially, AR-15s are all the same. So what I'm here to do today is I'm going to shoot this unsuppressed so you guys can hear it, the differences, and then I will shoot it suppressed so that this way you guys can tell how much noise mitigation this really does have. So I'm going to set my optic, and then I'm going to go from there. Let's see. That's good enough right there. All right, so again, now this is the first time using my primary arms on here during the day. Normally, I just use this for nighttime settings, and I had the primary arms other system on, but now this time I have this one going. So That's 6 rounds suppressed. All right, now I'm going to take the can off, and you guys will see the difference. Also note that this is not that hot right now, only because it's only 6 rounds. If this was maybe 12 rounds, 15 rounds real fast, this would be super hot. So please make sure you guys have a set of gloves with you just in case. So, as you can tell, this thing does a lot of noise. All right, it gives off a lot of noise. It's super loud, and this would be absolutely obnoxious in a home. I would not recommend you getting a 7 anything unless you were going to suppress it. So make sure you get a suppressor. I'm going to do it again, another 6, and then I'm going to put the can back on, and then you guys can hear it again for yourselves. All right, so again, as you guys can hear and see, if you're gonna do anything like this, 7 inches, anything like this at all, make sure you get a can, put the can on, because this is not a joke. This will blow your ears out. So anything but below 10 something is almost pointless to get that unless you're using it again for home defense only. And this way it's a small rifle. I can go around places. It's super tiny. This is perfect for what I need it for. But would I put this on anything else other than this? Absolutely. I would put it on a 10-3, 14, 12, somewhere, anywhere in those. But this is simply an application for my home. So again, guys, make sure you know that and keep that in mind before getting some 7-inch truck gun that is going to blow out your ears if you ever planned on using it. So, you know, bear that in mind, guys. Anyway, so let's go check out the hits real quick and see what was done. All right, so there are all my hits, and I got 2 in the 7. But oh shit, 1 and 2 right there. And you know what, I actually watched those. I pulled that shot and I pulled that one down there and I watched it. But I mean, for the most part, that's in there. So I'm happy with that. When you guys get like 8 and above, 10 and above, 13 above, 14, like all those kinds of barrels, those are really what would help mitigate much recoil. That would have been even more centered. But 7 inches, this is 20 yards out. That would be from here to the end of my backyard. That's more than enough of what I need. I've shot this thing at 50. I've shot it at 100. It also hits that too. But this is more than likely what I would be, the distance that I would be using from my home. So you figure me to my backyard or me to the end of my home, that's about here. You figure 20 yards at best, another 20 yards around, 20 yards, you're doing more than enough damage with that platform. So again, as you guys could hear it, 30, that was 29 rounds. So you figure I did a few suppressed, a few unsuppressed. So you guys be the judge when you guys see it. And again, please don't get any type of weapon like this unless you know it's a specific a specific reason behind it. You know what I mean? Like, I would never get that weapon at a 7-inch barrel unless I was going to use it in a very, very, very small capacity. All right, guys, so now I will be using my Kriss Vector. Haven't shot this thing in a while. I'm going to use the opposite side target. This thing is pretty badass. The only thing I don't like about it is, if you know anything about the action inside this and how, you know, everything works, it goes up and down, not back and forth, right? So I'm used to back and forth by every other rifle I've ever owned in my life. This style of weaponry, this new engineering, it makes it so that the recoil goes up and down, not back and forth. So I don't care for that much, but it's still a really good weapon, and it's definitely a good buy to me. So we'll check out the sound and whatnot. This is not a suppressor. This is a 16-inch barrel. So I bought it so that this way I could put all the bells and whistles on it and not have to worry. But eventually I might convert this into a pistol. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So as you can see, this thing it fires well. It's a beautiful looking gun. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's just go check out the hits. All right, let's go take a look at these hits. Sorry, I got this on the tripod, so I gotta maneuver it a little differently. All right, so look at that. No misses. I had 2 misses on there, remember, with my M4, and I have no misses right here with my 9mm at 20 yards out. So you figure 20 to 50, this thing will be dead accurate. I've been using that platform not very long. It's fun. It's really cool. I like it. I bought it for a reason, but to be honest with you, that's more of a female gun to me. No, no offense, ladies, but it's very soft shooting, very, very, very soft shooting. So that's why I bought it. I bought it for my fiance so she can just pick it up and go to town with it, and she doesn't have to worry too much about mitigation, recoil mitigation. But let me actually start getting started on my drills for my pistol so that this way I don't waste a day, because it's starting to get dark out. I had to take my son to go play at the playground and whatnot. So that was a family day, and I'm trying to sneak in a few sessions. So now I'm going to go and do a few drills on the left side target so that this way you guys can see the difference between the holes. And maybe I'll do some stuff with that stuff later, like the 5.56 again, or the 2.23 again. Well, technically both, but we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm just gonna do some drills with my pistol. So let me just start now. I'm just going to use this now, and then I'm gonna use range ammo. All right, so here are all my hits. That's 16. 16 rounds. And as soon as I see the dot and I see the face, I immediately pull. I pulled a few right here I'm not happy with. These ones I'm okay with, but I'm not really happy with those. But it is what it is. That's about 3 yards, 4 yards. Not very far. But yeah, so now I'm going to use practice ammo, and I'm going to do the same thing again. And now I'm also going to, so what's happening is I'm shooting with a little bit too much pressure on my trigger finger. So what's happening is I'm pulling down a little to the right. I mean, are these good shots? Sure, but they could be better. So I'm going to try now and slow down a little bit and focus on a little more pressing the trigger fully through without squeezing the trigger. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's one of those things when you start shooting enough, you come to find out what works for you and what doesn't. And this is also a flat trigger. So flat triggers, for me, they give me this problem. But I actually like flat triggers, so it's not something I'm not willing to work through. All right, so like I said, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to present my weapon, and immediately when I see it, I will take maybe a millisecond and fire only when I'm ready, not when I see the blue, only when I'm ready. I fucking pulled that one. So now I need to slow down. I pulled 2. All right, so I pulled 2, and I'm very angry with myself about it. I saw this happen, and I still took the shot. Whatever, it is what it is, but I definitely saw this happen, and I still took the shot. I saw this happen, and I still took the shot. Is that a lot better than that? Sure, yeah, absolutely, but still, this right there is not this. So as you guys can see, I slowed down a little bit and I got way more in. I don't think I got any over here. I might have, I don't know. I'll check the camera later. But as you can see, slowing down helps. So that 1 millisecond or that 1/2 a second or whatever it is, taking that breath. And if you guys notice, every single time I present my weapon and then I fire, I breathe out. So you'll hear me go, I'll do, what that does is it controls your shot. Your heart rate's elevated, everything like that is going. So what you end up needing to do is you end up needing to take a break, if you will, from your heart needs to take a break, or your body needs to take a break. So what that does is it gives it like a small pause. When you breathe out and then you fire, everything is a million times more steady. So keep that in mind and make sure you apply that when you're. It's like lifting weights. When you're going in, and then when you push out is when you get the most strength. Same thing applies. So when you're firing, you exhale when you're actually presenting and firing that round or multiple rounds. All right, so now I'm going to move to this target. I'm going to do one shot right-handed and then the next shot left-handed. And what this is going to do is going to teach me a little more of what my deficiencies are and why that shot happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So with my left hand, it's going to take me a while to fire. With my right hand, it's not going to take me a long time, but it's going to make me feel the differences between my left. So I'm going to shoot with my left first, then my right, so that this way I know what not to do with my right hand side. And also, when I fire, you will see me. I don't want to. This way is not the way to replace this weapon. So you're gonna see me put my chest here, or my hand on my chest here, or like that. I usually do like this, but sometimes you'll see me like that. It doesn't really matter. Put your chest on, or put your hand on your chest, so that this way you get a much more stable firing position for your body. Also, one more thing. You will see me kind of shoot more gangster, if you will. What this ends up doing is it makes it easier for the individual to mitigate the recoil. This is also going to make it easier for me to catch my right eye because I'm right eye dominant. All right. So let's take a look at the hits. I missed nothing, but as you can tell, what is the right and the left shots? All left. I think that might have been left as well, but left and then right. So clearly I'm righty and I'm a better shooter with my right hand, but this made me know what I was doing also wrong with my right hand. So I'm going to do that same thing again, and this time I'm going to take about maybe 5 rounds with the left and 10 rounds with the right. Well, shit. I almost forgot I was going to just start going. I'm going to again take my weapon, place it in my hand, hold my hand on my chest, however is more comfortable for me, and make my shots count. So I actually want to take that in. That was 1,000,000 times better of a performance than I thought. So what ended up happening was I literally saw all center shots happen. Maybe I double shot. Nope. All center shots happened right there with 5 rounds. My left hand. So what that's teaching my left hand to do is to fire and make a more comfortable shot only when I see the dot on, versus taking a quick and fast shot just because it's, say, a threat, right? So now I'm going to do the same thing with my right hand. So since that is something that's very easy to me, as you can see, there was no pulled rounds. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually not going to do another 5 on my right. I'm gonna go back to my left, and I'm going to try and master grip that weapon, because you never know when you are going to use your left hand. And this isn't some cool guy shit where, oh, my right arm got shot and I'm trying to fuck all that. This is simply about accuracy. So I'm only 4 yards, yeah, that's 20. Yeah, I'm about 4 yards away. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. That's from here to probably your TV in your house. So you figure this is simply an exercise in accuracy. Also, what I find myself doing is I hold my hand to my palm, or I close my hand and I palm my chest. That's easier for me. All right, I like it. So I pulled one, but that was because I was going faster, right? So I pulled one, but everything else got hit. So that one I am not as mad at as I am with 2 freaking hands. This pisses me off, and so does this. Those 2 right there should never have happened. And I'm angry with myself because I can do better, right? So imagine my left hand is getting shots in here. I pulled one, sure. One of the shots, I don't know where it was. It was maybe not this one. I'm pretty sure I've been seeing that one. Maybe here or here or something. But I took the next shot after. I slowed it down and went right back to the center. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't really care about this, because say this was a body, because I would never shoot with my left hand a headshot unless I truly had to. I had no other choice. It would be center mass. So you figure, take this shot, center mass, that would be, that would be right there. So you figure this shot right there somewhere, I'm cool. Anywhere in this line, I don't care. It is what it is. That's a rib. That's, your chest. That shit, it's painful, right? So whatever. That right there being like, say, the 9, I'm cool with that, right? But a face shot, headshots, I would never take headshots with my left hand unless I truly, truly had to. But anyway, so that's it for me on this. I'm probably going to do a little bit of more shooting. I'm going to take out the 223 again. I know you guys like seeing that stuff more. It is what it is. But again, this is more of a platform for shooters that their experience is limited. It's not more so for battle fighting and all that crazy stuff. It's more so I'm going to have to use this thing in a setting that I really don't want to, right? So you figure mall, hospital, school, something around there. I know school zones are prohibited or whatever, but I'm not gonna lie. If I saw somebody doing something at a school and I can stop it, I'm gonna do what I can. But not everybody's the same. Anyway, also, my other videos, I got a little quick on the gun and I didn't have my iPro. Please don't forget your iPro when you shoot. It happens every once in a while. You're taking a risk. You might not have a bad day. You might go out and you might go to the range and everything's all fine and good. But it could be one day where you fire and the slide ends up, you get a critical failure, a super, very rare, squib load, and you get a malfunction that you can't recover from. This will, and more than likely will, save your eyes sight or maybe your whole life, So I've seen things happen where, people have shot around, a squib load happened, and they fired another round, and the entire slide ended up shooting right back into their face. So you never know what could happen. Make sure you got iPro. Sometimes I forget mine, but it is what it is. I don't want you guys to have bad training scars. When I do that stuff, I call myself out on my own bullshit. So I'll let you guys know, my bad. I shouldn't be training and shooting without iPro. Anyway, guys, if you find value in this, I truly would appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And I'm just trying to start this so when I start my new company, I can eventually give it out to you guys, and maybe you guys can help me also, you know, in return, you know, and I'll do giveaways and stuff like that, like all the other cool platforms. But for right now, as a small business, a little guy trying to start another small business, just getting things rolling is hard enough. So again, I would truly appreciate it if you guys like, share, and subscribe. And you know, again, if you find value in this content. If you find no value in it, keep clicking, keep scrolling. It is what it is. But I'm here for the average guy. I'm not here for the super soldiers. Anyway, I love you guys. Be safe. Peace. All right, so I am going to fire 10 rounds quickly so you guys can hear just how loud this is and how fast this thing shoots. And, you know, with a more practical set of shooting, not just checking out, hearing what it sounds like, but actually knowing what this thing sounds like. This is no joke. It's loud. All right, very loud. Now I am going to show you guys just how quiet this actually is compared to no can. All right, so you guys will completely see the difference. There is a huge difference between this to that. As you can tell, I can shoot way more and people will not bug out and tell me I gotta stop, versus if I were to do 10, I have to stop at 10. Let's look at the end of the day results, because I know everybody wants to see hits, which you should. You should be held accountable for what you do. So those are the end of the day results. Still mad about those two. End of the day results. But anyway, like I said, guys, appreciate you joining the channel. I really do. If you guys wouldn't mind, please like, share, subscribe. And, you know, if you find value in this content, please do. But if you don't find value in this content, it's all good. Trust me. There's a lot of heavy hitters out there, and I'm just a regular little guy. So I just appreciate you joining here on this channel of mine. And I hope to see you guys out on the range, and maybe one day we'll end up getting to shoot together. All right, guys. Love you guys. Get out there and train. Be safe. Peace.